live. Hello, everybody. As I'm swallowing the last bites of my dinner. Welcome to another Wednesday night sacred pipe ceremony. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman. And we are down here on the beautiful Cedar River in this beautiful place. And normally I'm on the other side of this bush here. All these grasses over here. Well, I'm like kind of on the, usually on the back of those, but the grasses have grown so high that I can't really see the river from where I sit over there. And since someone had come along and lifted this beautiful driftwood log up on some stones to make a bench, I decided that this is where I'm going to plant myself. So it helps. It always feels better to have something to rest my back. I'm not actually sitting on the log, but it gives me something to lean against. So here we are. Welcome. Let's see. I had to kind of MacGyver a new phone holder thingy. It needs some adjustments. Let's see, how's that? Yes. Awesome. Thank you for joining me. Welcome. If you are new here, like I said, my name is Patrick. I am your friendly neighborhood shaman. And we are about to do a beautiful, ancient, sacred pipe ceremony of the Lakota people. And I will, as I'm setting up my little altar here, I will kind of talk about it, explain it a little bit. So, it's bright out, kind of. It's a little bit overcast, but just enough that it's still bright out. I don't have that direct sun. Like, I'm kind of one of those people. I love sunny days. I love the brightness. But I enjoy it from the coolness of the shadows. So, hi everybody, come on in, welcome. We're just getting started here. If you are new and don't know who I am or what we're doing, I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman. And we are going to be doing a sacred pipe ceremony, which is an ancient Lakota ceremony. You may have heard it called the peace pipe in history class or old westerns and stuff. Whenever the government would sign new treaties with the Lakota people, they would smoke the pipe. Oh, where am I? I'm in Washington. I'm in Renton, Washington. I'm sitting here on the shore of the Cedar River, about to do our sacred ceremony. And I'm hoping this tree here is kind of the eagle tree. And the eagles come and sit there sometime. I'm hoping they'll come join me. They have a new baby. Isn't it beautiful? The local mated pair of eagles that lives just across the road over there have a baby that's just fledging or whatever, you like, starting to fly and get its wings. And so they've been back and forth, and I'm hoping they usually land in that tree, so I'm hoping they come pay us a visit before we're done here. And so this is a sacred pipe, also called the chanupa. And it's been around, not this one in particular. I did a pipe ceremony one time and I said, this is the sacred pipe. And this woman's eyes got really, really big. I'm like, no, let me reframe that. This is not the sacred pipe, this is a sacred pipe. Um, but the original sacred pipe came to the Lakota people 19 generations ago from a spirit woman called White Buffalo Calf Woman. And it was a time of drought, it was a time of hunger. The Lakota people, all the different bands and everything of the Lakota people had come together in one place by Bears Lodge, what you might know as Devil's Tower. They kind of gathered together to help support each other, but it was also because everyone was hungry and everyone was thirsty, and there was bickering, and it said that the people had forgotten their connection with Mother Earth, and so it was the prime time for something to happen, right? Insert miracle here. And the miracle that happened was that the chief sent out his 2 best scouts to find food, and he was like, don't come back until you find the buffalo, or don't come back until you find food. And so the 2 scouts went out. I guess I'm telling the story. I wasn't going to tell the story, but so the scouts go out, and they're gone for a couple of days, seeing neither hide nor hair of any animals, anything. And then, like, on the 3rd morning, they looked out over the prairie and they saw a white buffalo calf walking toward them. And as that buffalo calf got closer, it transformed into this beautiful Lakota woman. This radiant, with a pure white deerskin dress with fringes and beads and feathers in her hair. And she was beautiful. And the first scout had very lustful ideas. He was excited and wanted to make her his, sell her as a piece of property. And the second one saw that in the way that this woman just kind of glided across the ground, barely touching it, he knew that she was a spirit woman. And so his reverence for her just deepened. And so she approached them, she got up close to them, and she looked at the first scout and waved him over. And he was like, oh boy, here's my chance. And so he approaches her. And when they get face to face, they're encompassed in this whirlwind of dust and sand and smoke, and it lasts for a minute or two, and then it just disperses. And once it disappears, the woman is standing there all by herself, and the bones of that man are at her feet, bleached as if they've been there for years, sun bleached. Then she waved the second scout over to her, and he approached her with reverence, and she said, you're a pure heart. I want you to return to the tribe, return to your chief, tell him what happened here, tell him I am coming, and to prepare a place for me. And so this scout heads back to the camp, goes straight to the chief, tells him exactly what happened. And so the chief has everybody strike their tents, their lodges, and they put them all together into one giant lodge that could contain the entire tribe. And then they waited. And about 3 days later, this white buffalo calf woman appears at the doorway of the tent, and she's carrying a medicine bundle. She's carrying a bundle wrapped in deer hide. And so she enters the lodge and she walks around the perimeter of the lodge 7 times before stopping in front of the chief. And then she offers him that medicine bundle. And when he unwraps it, it's the original sacred pipe. the original chanupa. Um, and it's got, the bowl has a buffalo on it. It has like 12 eagle feathers hanging from it. Um, and so she stayed with them for a time, teaching them how to smoke the pipe in a sacred manner, teaching them of how the stem of the pipe is the divine masculine, and the bowl of the pipe is the divine feminine, so that when we put it together, it's all of creation. It's the yin yang, right? And so the pipe is the center of Lakota spiritual life. It's the most sacred of medicine objects, and she gave them a total of 7 ceremonies, all of which revolve around the pipe. And so she spent time with them, and one day she was like, okay, my work here is done. And she left the tent, and as they watched her go, she started walking across the plain, and she kind of sat down, rolled over, and became a black buffalo. She then walked a little bit further, and that buffalo rolled over, became a red buffalo. And the red buffalo walked a little bit further, rolled over, became a yellow buffalo. And that yellow buffalo walked a little bit further, rolled over, and became a white buffalo. And it disappeared over the horizon. And so she brought the pipe. The pipe is, the intention of the pipe is, just like in that time, it was a way to bring the people together, to unify people, right, together. Like we marry the masculine stem to the feminine bowl, right? We unify the masculine and feminine within ourselves. We bring the masculine and feminine together in our society. No matter what gender, no matter what race, you know, the 4 colors of those buffalo, I braided this and put it on my pipe to remind me of the medicine wheel. If you know what the medicine wheel looks like, it's like a hoop with a cross in it, and there's those 4 colors: black, yellow, white, and red. And among other things, it represents so many different things. But one of the things that it represents is the 4 races of humans: red, white, black, and yellow. And it's under one hoop, each distinct, right? But together under that sacred hoop, one family, one tribe. So that is why the pipe is still so pertinent today, because we smoke the pipe with one of the prayers you'll hear me say about White Buffalo Calf Woman, who brought the sacred pipe and the law of good relations to the people. This is bringing good relations to the people. We smoke the pipe together, right? And air is our most intimate element. Air is the first element that greets you when you're born, when you take your first breath. It's the last element that leaves you when you take your last breath. And as we saw during the pandemic, air, our breath, is really what connects us. And so when we're in a circle smoking the pipe, even if it's a virtual circle like this, it's like we are breathing each other's prayers. We take a puff off of the pipe. We don't inhale, we just draw it into our mouths. And then we blow that smoke out. We attach our prayers to that smoke, and the smoke carries it to Great Spirit. And when we're in circle, it's like we're breathing each other's air, we're breathing each other's prayers. And so it's that much more powerful. And it really is about celebrating the oneness of the human race. So that is why we smoke it. And it's just, I was raised Catholic, and so I was literally born into ceremony, born into ritual. And then I became pagan, somewhere along the line, and then I realized I was a shaman. So I know my way around ceremony and ritual. And throughout my lifetime, this is the most powerful ceremony that I personally know of. And so it's such an honor and privilege to be able to share it with others, to be called. To become a pipe carrier is a vocation. Just like being a shaman is a vocation. You don't choose, you're not the one that chooses to be a shaman. The spirits choose you. And same with the pipe carrier. You're called to be a carrier. It is such an honor and privilege, and I love being able to share it with others. You know, I started doing this during the pandemic when we couldn't get together in person. And so this was my way of holding space for others, bringing the pipe to them, and holding that space to allow people to feel that the blessings and the sacredness of the ceremony, and to connect to spirit, to be able to throw the world off their shoulders for a moment and open their hearts and connect to spirit. So that is my intention. That is why I still do it, because the world hasn't gotten any more sensical since that time. Originally it was like, okay, I'm going to do this during the pandemic when we can't get together, and hopefully then the world will start to make sense again, and it just got weirder and weirder and weirder, and here we are today. So again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate your presence here. And I can see people are commenting. Unfortunately, the way the light is hitting my screen, I can't really read any of the comments. So I apologize for not replying to you personally or anything like that. The first thing we're going to do, the first part of any ceremony, is we set and create sacred space. And the reason we do that, counter to what a lot of people think, we don't set sacred space to protect ourselves from all those nasty things that want to eat our souls. We set sacred space to create a container, like when you prepare a meal and you put your ingredients into a pot and you put it on the heat. We're creating an artificial environment where magic and alchemy can take place. And so it's not so much protecting against the things out there as it is a focusing, creating this space so that we can focus on our intentions. And this is the way I set sacred space. There are a million infinite ways of doing it. This just happens to be how I do it. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Wow. All right. So, just to give you an idea of what the ceremony itself is going to look like. Oh, I didn't grab my. I knew I was missing something. The first thing I'm gonna do is light some sage and smudge myself, and I will send some smudge through the phone to you to kind of clear your energy. I'm going to smudge everything here on my little altar that, if you were here earlier, you just saw me setting up. And then once everything is cleared, going to raise my pipe and say a prayer asking for permission to smoke in this place at this time. And then assuming that the answer is yes, that is when I will put the pipe together. And when I didn't mention this earlier, like from the time we put the pipe together until we take it apart, remember, divine masculine, divine feminine, this is like the divine in our hands, the divine in our presence. It opens a channel straight to Creator so that your prayers and your intentions go straight to Source with no waiting, no lines, no having to fill out things in triplicate, just boom. And so when I put the pipe together until I take it apart is one giant prayer. So I always tell people when the pipe is put together to not to watch your thoughts, but to pay attention. You don't have to try to control your thoughts, but pay attention to your thoughts. And it's like meditation, right? When you're meditating and you're human, so thoughts are going to come in and distract you, right? Off and on. And instead of like, damn it, I suck at this, I'm never going to be able to do this, right? It's like, oh, there goes that thought, there goes I just got distracted, I just got pulled out of my meditation. All right, recentering, rerouting, bringing it back to center. So when you notice when you pay more attention to your thoughts, it's not that you need to control them, it's that you're paying more attention to what thoughts are there. And like that saying, energy flows where consciousness goes. The more you pay attention to the so-called positive thoughts, the thoughts that you want to increase. Oh, crap, I didn't get it in time. Grandfather Eagle just flew over. Hopefully he'll be coming back because he flew that way. Hear him? Oh. That's the young one. That's the baby. Following his mom or dad, whichever one flew over. Such a blessing. Such a blessing. Oh my God. Okay. So, God, I love that so much. Where was I? So, pay attention to your thoughts. You don't have to control them. You don't have to resist them. You don't have to force them into the good ones. Pay attention to them. And, you can do things such as if there's a so-called bad thought or an unwanted thought, mentally put it in a balloon and let it go. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to change it. Put it in a helium balloon and just let it go. It's not your responsibility anymore. And just focus on the thoughts that make you feel lighter, that make you feel good, right? Abraham Hicks always talks about your priority is feeling good. Because when you're feeling good, you're having good thoughts, right? You're in the flow. So your priority should be, that's your compass, is feeling good, feeling joy, right? Like, God, I quote this all the time. Joseph Campbell said, when you follow your bliss, where there were only walls, doors will open. And so pay attention to the thoughts that make you feel good. Pay attention to the thoughts that make you feel lighter, that make your heart open. Just that feeling, it's like Martha Beck calls it the shackles on and the shackles off feeling. If a thought makes you feel little, powerless, like the shackles just put on, it feels restricted, then that thought is fundamentally false. But if a thought makes you feel like the shackles came off, there's space, you can breathe, there's lightness, even just a little bit, then that thought is basically true. And that is your compass. So when your thoughts come in, if they don't feel good, put them in a balloon and let them go. Oh, hello, dragonfly. And if they make you feel good, those are the ones to give more energy to. Okay? Anyway, so, where was I? So that's when I put my pipe together. And then I will take 4 pinches of tobacco to put into the bowl. And that part I do out loud. So you'll hear me saying the different prayers and offerings for each of those 4 pinches of tobacco as I put them in the bowl. And then once my pipe is filled, White Buffalo Calf Woman, the one I mentioned earlier in the story, she has actually been one of my most active guides for almost 20 years. In fact, that's why I do this. It's like, that wasn't the point at the beginning, or it wasn't something I thought of in the very beginning. But now that it's happened, it's like it makes so much sense. But she is one of my most active guides. And when I became a pipe carrier, she taught me a song and asked me to sing it before each ceremony that I facilitate. So once my pipe is filled, I will sing that song. Then I will light the pipe. And the next thing I do is in silence. So, but what you'll see me do, you'll see me take a big puff of smoke from the pipe. And then I will offer the pipe. Here, let's that way so that you can see. With, the smoking end facing that direction. So do like the 4 directions, Father Sky, Mother Earth, in a circle for all our relations, and then straight up for Great Spirit. But I will point, so I'll point the pipe toward a certain direction, and then I will blow that puff of smoke in that direction. And what just occurred to me, this is like one of those things like, oh, duh, I've been doing this for 7-8 years now. But when I offer the pipe to one of the directions, or to Father Sky, etc., and then I blow that puff of smoke in that direction, I always thought I was just blessing that spirit. But what I realized the other day is that my exhale is their inhale. That when I blow that puff of smoke, that's them taking a puff. So it's just, I don't know, for me, it really deepens what I'm doing. So, so like I said, I'll do the 4 directions, Father Sky, Mother Earth, in a circle for all our relations, the Great Spirit. Then I will pause for a moment with the stem to my forehead, the bowl to my heart, right? Masculine, brain, feminine, heart. And I'll come back, we'll relight the pipe, and then the first thing, once I light the pipe the second time, I'm going to take a great big puff, I'm going to blow it straight at my camera, and that is a blessing coming from the pipe, from the spirits, from the ancestors, from the tobacco spirits, through my camera, and via the magic of the internet and the holographic universe, coming out whatever device you're watching this on, to your heart. Even if you're watching this weeks, months, years from now, that is still viable. It is still, it doesn't stop. We are between the worlds, we're outside of time. And so no matter when you are watching this, that blessing is still coming to you. It's still full powered. And so then I will continue to smoke for intentions I have intentions people have asked me to pray for. In fact, I have a little book I keep with me on the altar here in my tobacco pouch of intentions that people have asked me to pray for. And so if you ever have anything that you're worried about or anything you need supercharged prayers for, let me know. You can email me, text me, contact me through my website, whatever, and just ask me to put you on my intention list. And that stays in the pouch, so it is always here every time I do pipe ceremony, which is almost every day. And I would love, love, love to help you manifest your prayers and intentions. So let me know. So I'll continue to smoke, and at some point when it feels complete, I will raise my pipe again. I will say another prayer, and that prayer, I always do it in light language. If you know what light language is, you most likely, I was going to say you won't understand it, but you most likely won't. Who knows? Maybe someone would. But light language is kind of like a channeled energy language, and it might sound to most people like just a bunch of syllables and sounds, but it's like, it's a light language. The emphasis is on the energy and the frequency of the message coming through. And the reason I do it that way is because I used to just say prayers, from my left brain, and then I'd be all caught in my head trying to figure out, okay, what do I pray for next? What do I say next? Blah, 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 blah. And so it would pull me out. But when I do the light language, it's basically I'm opening up and channeling this message through so that I'm not getting caught in my left brain versus my right brain. In other words, I am more present. So, and I find that without that need to translate it for it to make sense to the left brain, etc., that the message is more pure. If you just kind of open your heart and let it in, you will feel something. And then once the prayer is done, I have a song I sing at the end of each ceremony, and then that's when I will take the pipe apart, and then depending on how much time is left, we'll talk. I have a tendency to talk and to babble, and a lot of times my guides will put their 2 cents through. I never know what I'm going to talk about, but there's usually something coming through. My guides will say something through my words. So stick around for that, and then once we're done, we will release we'll release that sacred space we set and call it a night. So all right. So, is there anything else I need to say? I think that's it. So, again, thank you for your energy, your presence here. Even if you're watching this on repeat, or a year from now, your energy is still a vital component of what happens here as I am filming this. So, thank you for that. Thank you for your presence and your energy. All right. Ah. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. Oh. Grandmother, grandfather, eagle, we send a voice. We ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All our guides and guardians watch over us as we smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Tawabin, Shanadisi, Majikiwas, and Waboos, there is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers, all our relations come smoke with us. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm and our ancestors, may all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to eagle, coyote, bear, white buffalo Catwoman, bringer of the pipe, the law of good relations to the people. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama Ukene, Bayama Ukene, Bayama Ukene. Hi.
Hey, come here. Come on. Come on. Hey, come here. Come here. Hey.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Oh, he's on live. Are you on live?
I am.
Let me say hi. Hi.
Photo bomb. Thank you.
Yeah.
Grandmother, grandfather, eagle. I said another voice. Atapahai namapo. Tahihina hakatahopa. Tashiki ka magarahai. Talamahopa hai kitketa hama. Tohu hadapatakahi. Talahana mahu bitakahi. Taka homa papai. Tuluku kutapahi nakapaha. Tashaka ho mamavaka hai. Tamoho ho papatahai. Namaha lagai tabo patapana hai. Tahakahai amuho. Tapaha alapakatai. Tamaha kapaho. Tahehi maraboho kataha. Tahi tapaha hakatahai. 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 Now. Ihi lai-hi-o. Ihi lai-hi-o. Ihi lai-hi-o. Ihi lai-hi-o. Ihi lai-hi-o. Ihi lai-hi-o. Ihi. Oh. Oof-da. Wow. Whew. That was different. So, I have a couple of things to mention. I hope you enjoyed that. That is the Sacred Pipe ceremony. I get so much healing and so many blessings, and I hope, my intention and my hope is that I am able to connect you to your own channel of blessings and sacredness in your own spirit. So, hello, you don't belong there. Something significant happened to me yesterday, and the dog and even the woman saying hi was very significant. Yesterday, I came down here to do a ceremony for myself, and when I parked my car, there was a German Shepherd over there without a person. It was dragging its leash, and so I knew something wasn't right, and I was gonna go try to, get a hold of the dog and find out who the owner was. And this whole long thing, then this woman came along, and I was like, "Is that your dog?" She said, "No, but she's getting it." There was a woman who was walking her dog, who got pulled off the trail and fell into the bushes, into the brambles and the blackberries and stuff, and had to let go. And she had been kind of injured by the fall and by this, all the things. Meanwhile, her dog was out, and I was about to get the dog when this woman distracted me. And when I looked back, the dog was running down the road. This poor, scared German Shepherd was running down like the middle of the road, like between the rows of cars. So I took off running after him, and a number of other drivers actually pulled off and got out, were trying to capture him too. And then somehow he turned around and started running back up the road through the traffic. And I ran out of steam. So I touched base with the woman on the phone who was calling 911, and the paramedics had gotten there by that time and helping the woman out of the brambles and getting her patched up. And the woman was on the phone with 911 trying to have them try to get the dog. And so I jumped into my car and drove down trying to find the dog. And the bad news is I didn't find the dog, but the good news is I didn't find the dog. He wasn't lying along the side of the road or anything. So my hope, well, I got home, like I got back to the parking lot and everybody was gone. So I've been sitting here in this unresolved, like hoping everything worked out. That's like one of my worst fears, is having a pet, having a dog or a cat. I have a cat at home, and my worst fear is them getting out and being injured. And so I've been kind of anxious since then. And I take this, I was sitting here, and all of a sudden this German Shepherd shows up, dragging his leash, goes into the water, having a grand old time. Not the same German Shepherd, but it was a German Shepherd. And then this couple comes down, and the woman actually peeks in and says hi on my live video. Like, that was like, it was like representing the owner of the dog and the dog, to let me know that it all worked out. I have no idea. I have no idea how to even find out what happened. But I'm taking that as my sign, because it happened in ceremony, right? That's the other thing I wanted to say. When we set sacred space and we start ceremony, whatever happens in ceremony is supposed to happen. That's why I don't like, oh, no, you can't come in, or blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, this is meant to happen. We've opened this, we've created this container. We're open to spirit, and whatever happens, including people coming in and out or whatever, is part of the ceremony. So I'm sitting here, I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude for that happening. Plus, it was kind of fun. It's very coyote. I have a lot of coyote medicine. And if you know anything about coyote is the trickster, and nothing goes according to plan, right? Always throwing stuff in. There's always this whimsy, and you think his coyote medicine is all about not taking things too seriously. Kind of like that Oscar Wilde quote that I love. Life is too important to be taken seriously. As to the fact that this woman wanted to come and say hi on my live video, it was awesome. It was awesome. So, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. So, I think I'm going to end it there so that I have time to sit here by myself. I'm going to smoke a little bit more on my own. Kind of process all that, let it sink in, probably cry a little bit. I've been so worried about that dog. But again, thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, I am your friendly neighborhood shaman. I am here to help you find your path, your heart path, whatever way I can. And so if you would like to work with me personally, you want to get readings or healings or teachings, oh my, you can visit my website at perchingwolfstudios.net. You can learn more about me. You can see the different shamanic services I offer. You also see some of my artwork. Besides being a shaman, I'm also a cartoonist. And so you can see a sampling of some of my comics. There's links where you can buy some coloring books. I made a couple of coloring books with totem animals and collected some of my comics into some graphic novels, etc., etc. So you can check those out. What else? And you can contact me right through my website. There's a button on each page to set up a session, or I have a contact page if you have questions or comments, or you just want to talk to me or let me know some things or send me a review or whatever it is. That is most appreciated. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and like my videos. I've been doing this for 6-ish years, and so there's like that many years worth of these videos of readings, of stories, of songs, different things on my channel. So please check that out. And I'm gonna have more class. I don't have any classes to mention at the moment. I've got a couple in the works, but I also do one-on-one mentoring. In fact, I'm starting a new mentoring student on Tuesday. So if you are looking for a teacher, if you're like having awakening experiences and you're not sure what to do next, or you're stuck, don't know where to go, it would be my greatest honor to be your teacher, to help you find your own personal heart path. So, to work one-on-one with you. What else? Please share my video if you know anyone that might enjoy it or it might help. Please share the video far and wide. I used to do this on Facebook, and now I'm doing it on YouTube. Kind of stepped out of my comfort zone to try to expand my voice, expand my audience, and you can help me by sharing the video, by liking the videos, etc., etc., for which I'm greatly appreciative of. And also, if you would like to reciprocate in another way, if you enjoy my work, if you want to just support your friendly neighborhood shaman, I have my PayPal and Venmo links in the description under this video. And anything you give me is so deeply appreciated. This is my day job. This is what I do for a living. So every little bit helps. And I appreciate your support. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your presence, just being here on the video with me. Thank you. And I think that is it. So let us release our sacred space. Allow the spirits who so lovingly held this space for us, let them return from whence they came. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in our circles. Thank you for welcoming us into yours. Wow. All right, my friends. again so much for joining me. Thank you for being a part of this sacred ceremony, for having the courage to let go of the known and reach for the unknown. I hope you will join me again next week. If you weren't aware, I do 2 different videos every week. This one and Monday nights I do medicine card readings. I do a 1 card reading for the first 6 people for the first 6 people to come onto the video and say yes in the comments. So if that sounds like a good time, if you need a little guidance, come and join me Monday night at 6 o'clock Pacific, or join me again next Wednesday at 6 o'clock for another sacred pipe ceremony. And invite your friends, share the video, and thank you so much. Till I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, that I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and go shining. All right, bye now.